working on a book. This was a lie. So when Andre heard, like, oh my God, you're working on a book.
Thank you. You have a great day too, Crystals.
Okay, I'll tell you whatever you want. And then Andre just was flattered that this guy wanted to do a book about his story. And he began to tell the psychiatrist every little detail of every murder. Now, Andre went on to claim that he killed 56 people. Bitch. 56 people is what he claimed. At first, you're thinking like, okay, that's what he's claiming. He probably didn't kill that many. Jesus.
Okay.
Take the wheel.
Why?
They found 53 of these victims. So only 53 can be verified, but Andre said that I killed 56.
Go ahead.
So you're missing
Just
3.
come this way.
Figure it out. Which is just like, I can't even believe. That's a lot of people. I don't know why I've never heard of this guy. Anyways, so yeah, Andre was like, yeah, it was only 56 people. Only? So police
I like your
know
short shorts.
about 36 victims, but they weren't even sure if they were all from the same person. It was just kind of like unsolved deaths. But Andre confirmed that those all belonged to him, plus 20 more. Now, Andre did lead police to where he left his victims to show like where everybody was. Andre then went to court on April 14th, 1992. He was declared sane to stand trial. During the trial, he was kept in an iron cage to keep him separated from the families of the victims. His behavior during the trial was like all over the place. He'd sing, he'd speak gibberish. Sometimes he just appeared bored, but like a theatrical bored, where it's just like, you know, not like a just, yeah, you get what I'm saying. It's reported that at one time he stood up, he dropped his trousers and waved his penis at the crowd. So, October 15th, 1992, Andre was found guilty for 52 murders. He was given 52 death sentences. Andre tried to file for appeals on the basis that the psychiatrist who had given him the go to stand trial was being biased. His appeals were refused, and on Valentine's Day, February 14th, 1994, he was executed by one shot to the back of the head. Do they still do that out there? And that's the story about Andre Chicken. Now, like I had mentioned, I had never heard about this guy before, so when I was reading about this, my mind was blown. He killed a lot of people. He just, I don't know. And I mean, there's just no words for this guy. He's absolutely disgusting. 53, 56. What the fuck? Andre, that's not good. I don't know, man. Anyways, let me know your thoughts down below. I know we all agree he's guilty, right? No one should disagree with that. How are we doing? Are we okay?
I don't even remember what flag I'm supposed to be doing. That's bad.
Hanging out with me today. I just want to say a big thank you again to you guys for all of the love and support you always send my way. It really means more than you know, and I know I sound cheesy, but I really can't say thank you enough. I really can't. Thank you to Loud Laughter for giving me the opportunity to laugh.
Pink, yellow, blue. Pink, yellow, blue. Panromantic.
So yeah, don't forget to check
Pink,
out the
yellow,
description
blue.
box
Pink,
if
yellow,
you want to
blue.
know what products I use. I'm sorry, I feel weird for like mentioning products and stuff, but I just 56 people. Shut the heck up. Sorry. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful day today. You make good choices. Please be safe out there. And I would love to know who you want me to talk about next week. Until next time. Bye. Hi friends, how are you doing today? Yeah, it's kind of rough out there, so I mean, I hope you're okay. As good as you can be right now. Hi, it's Monday, which means it's Murder, Mystery, and Makeup Monday. I forgot like my name and stuff. My name is Bailey Sarian. If you're new, hi. Every Monday I sit down and I talk about a true crime story that's been heavy on my noggin, and I do my makeup at the same time. If you're interested in true crime and you like makeup, I would highly suggest you hit that subscribe button because I'm here for you every Monday. Why am I leaning in? Before we jump into today's story, we do have a sponsor for today's video. I filmed it the other day, so I'm going to look a little different. It's still me though, so don't get scared. Hi friends, just popping in here really quick because I wanted to mention today's sponsor, which is of. What is Care of, you ask? Well, let me tell you. Okay. Care of is a wellness brand that makes it easy to get the right vitamins, supplements, and protein for your needs. Whether it's, I don't know, you're looking for glowing skin, more energy, better sleep. We could all use some better sleep right now, I'm sure. Or just like support to your overall health and fitness. Care of helps you build and stick with a plan that's right for you. They make it really simple to find the right vitamins or supplements for your needs. Before getting started, what you need to do is take a very simple quiz to find out what exactly your health goal is. So naturally, when I was taking the quiz, I was like marking all the boxes like yes, 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 me, me. Then once you're done with the quiz, Care of puts together vitamins or supplements which would best be for you and whatever health goals it is you have. They ship right to your door every month, pre-made bags, so you know what to take every day. They make it so simple. You get these little baggies. They're filled. Okay, baggies. They're filled with the vitamins or supplements needed for, again, you, what you picked in your little quiz, okay? And I've just been taking vitamins that help with a little bit of everything. Bones, sleep, heart health, brain, you name it, it's covered. Okay, thanks, Care of. Right now, you could go to Care of's website, take the quiz, and see what vitamins and supplements are recommended for you. And you can get 50% off your first order by using promo code BaileySarian. Again, take the quiz and use code BaileySarian for 50% off your first order. A big thank you to Care of for partnering with me on today's video. Most of all, a big thank you to you guys, because without you, I wouldn't be here right now. So last week, we talked about Rocky Myers, and I just want to say a big thank you to you guys who did sign the petition. I will make sure to keep you updated if there are any updates, but I really appreciate you guys for taking initiative, getting together, and just doing something for somebody that you don't know. That's nice, and I appreciate you for that. So I just want to say thank you, first of all. When I was trying to do research for a story today, I was like just kind of jumping around. I couldn't find anything that was catching my interest, but I found this story, and I was like, yeah, this is warning. The following presentation is intended for mature audiences. It contains graphic descriptions of crime scenes, sexual assault, adult dialogue, strong language, there's sexual fetishes. Oh my gosh, the list is long. Just lots of sexual discussion that some might find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised. Ew, this story is interesting for sure. I need to sit up straight. Okay. Sharon Lopatka was the oldest of 4 daughters. She was born in 1961. The family lived in Baltimore, Maryland, and they would attend Baltimore's largest Orthodox Jewish synagogue while growing up. In high school, Sharon played volleyball, field hockey, and was said to have many friends, or just normal amount of friends in high school. Her senior and junior year, she was a nurse's aide, she was a teacher's aide, library aide. She also sang in the school's chorus. And one classmate would say that Sharon was just as normal as you can really get, okay? Not much is really said about her relationship with her parents, but I'm assuming, and this is a personal opinion, but I'm thinking that they were probably strict just because of their reaction at the end. So again, but we don't know. Sharon got married in 1991 to a man named Victor, and he worked as a construction worker, and Sharon thought he was just very handsome. She fell in love, you know how it goes. But Victor was Catholic, and because of this, Sharon's family just did not approve. It was said that they felt embarrassed or ashamed that their daughter would marry someone of a different faith. So they ended up cutting ties with her pretty much completely. So the family cut her off, but Sharon said that it was like her way of breaking away from the family. So Sharon and her husband, Victor, they ended up moving to Hampstead, Maryland.
Hold on a second, guys. I gotta find
a cul-de-sac little area, and they had like a small ranch-style tract home. I was kind of reading what seemed to be almost two different stories. It was like some of the neighbors would say that Sharon and Victor both kept to themselves, and they didn't really mingle too much with the neighbors. But then I was reading another article that said like some neighbors were friends of theirs, and they were kindly and bubbly and so nice. So I guess it doesn't matter, because luckily this story has nothing to do with neighbors. But I was just trying to paint the scene. Anyhow, so 1995, Victor and Sharon are living together. They're married, doing married people things. And then during the day, Victor would take off and he would go to work. And Sharon, she would be at home, and she's kind of looking for some extra income. And Sharon would enter the World Wide Web. AOL had those like those CDs everywhere. What was that about? But yes, that AOL. Sharon was on it, and she was putting it to use to bring in some extra income. Sharon, she started a website with a friend called Dion's.
Are you serious? I just bought this.
And Sharon and her friend, they had a huge interest in home decor, and they thought,
it
hey,
broke.
What if we, like, put this in a book and made a book, which they did.
Sunday.
And people could purchase the
That's
book
great.
online, but they also went around to their community and
Took me forever to find one in silver too.
And stuff like that. I like home decor, so cool. I'm into it. So that was one of the things that Sharon would operate, was that website, but she also operated several other websites.
This is not Mayday. I don't know where my other silver necklace is.
I don't know if Sharon was psychic or had spiritual advice, but sure,
we're
she
wearing
was
a
doing
choker.
it. She also had an adult chat line where people would call in like a 1-900 number and pay a higher rate to chat with her. Do you remember those? Adult sex lines or whatever, the party lines and stuff like that? Are those still around? Sharon also ran ads for different companies, and she kept herself busy online is essentially what I'm getting at, and trying to find ways to make some income. I'm not fully sure if her husband, Victor, like, knew what she was doing, sex lines and stuff like that.
You know that necklace I just bought?
She was doing it. Sharon wasn't just using the World Wide Web for work.
As soon as I tried to put it on.
Nay. She would also spend
like,
a lot of
let's
time chatting it up in different sex chat rooms and browsing pornographic websites, which is fine. You're allowed to do that. She soon would kind of venture into the more unconventional sex sites like necrophilia, bondage,
Yeah, it
and
was
a variety
hot.
of different fetishes.
I was cleaning
Of
up and
course,
shit,
we
that's
all
why.
know now, using a fake name or building a fake
No, I
identity
turned it back on.
online is pretty damn easy. And but then it allowed Sharon to remain fully anonymous, and it gave her the freedom that she needed to pursue her sexual fantasies. So Sharon
Yes.
had a variety of different names or like identities she
What did Nova
used
do?
on different websites. For example, she would tell people online that she was a 5'6",
Did she?
shapely 100
Okay.
pounds, or I'm sorry, 121 pounds. Very specific. That's kind of when I feel like you know someone's lying, is
sure.
when they say like 121 pounds, because most bitches,
Why is
they're
Nebula in here?
121 pounds, they're just gonna say they're 120.
Where's Star?
You know? Anyways, it doesn't matter. That's who she wanted to be. Good for her. And then the next day, her new persona would be an aggressive 300-pound
What?
dominatrix who promised strict discipline. Then she would be Nancy Carlson, who would make any type of sexual video of the customer's choosing. Anything, you know. Sharon would post on these sites saying, quote, I am 25, I have blonde hair, green eyes, and I'm 5'6", weigh 121 pounds. Is anyone out there interested in buying my worn panties or pantyhose? This is not a joke or a wacky internet scam. I'm very serious about this. If you are serious too, you can email me. And panties is like just the grossest word ever. Panties. Another one of her posts said, quote, hi, my name is Nancy. I just made a VHS video of actual women willing and unwilling to be knocked out, drugged, under hypnosis, and chloroformed. Never before has a film like this ever been made that shows the real beauty of the sleeping victim. There was never any evidence that Sharon actually made these videos, so we don't really know, but I think it was all talk. Let's hope, because that last one is a little concerning. In November of 1996, Sharon was again going onto her chat rooms and posting about how she wanted to be tortured to death. Now, this was causing some alarm in the chat room because fellow bondage enthusiasts, participants, the community, some of the bondage community, there we go, felt like Sharon was crossing a line and trying to explain to her, because they were going back and forth, but they were trying to explain to her that there's a difference between fantasy and reality, and just really trying to explain to Sharon that you can't just come into this chat room saying this wild stuff. That's not what the community is all about. But Sharon, she was upset by this, and she had written back, quote, I want the real thing. I did not ask for you preaching to me, end quote. Now, there were numerous responses to Sharon's post, and many people were offering to fulfill her fantasy of being tortured to death. But eventually they would stop talking to her altogether because they realized that she wasn't role-playing. Sharon was being serious. She wanted someone to torture her to death. So they just were like, okay, I'm out of here. Eventually, as time went on and Sharon kept posting, she would meet one man in a chat room who was more than willing to give Sharon exactly what she desired. Enter to the scene Robert Glass. Robert Glass was a 45-year-old computer analyst who worked for the Catawba County government in North Carolina. Robert was said to be more of a quiet guy. He was more introverted. He kind of like stuck to himself, minded his own business, you know. Robert would keep himself busy by work. He worked a lot, and at his job, he helped program the tax rolls and voter system for the Catawba County and worked at his job for over 16 years. Robert was married for 14 years to his wife named Sherry, and they had 3 children together, ranging from the ages of 10 down to 6. They were actually really close in age. Sherry said in an interview that Robert knew his computers, that computers in general were just his passion. But Robert would spend more time on the computer, or spending more time just focusing all of his energy on his computers than he would on the marriage. Sherry said that he would spend hours upon hours on the computer, and she had that gut feeling like, you know, what's he really doing on there? I'm gonna find out. And while Robert was away at work, she was like, I want to see what he's up to. So she logs onto his computer. Sherry sees a bunch of emails that Robert had saved onto his hard drive. Like, they were saved onto his hard drive. Not just emails that were sitting there. Like, he saved them all. He had a huge collection of all these emails. So she's going through, and she sees that he was using or posting emails or posting on AOL using a pseudonym. Either Toyman or Slowhand is what he was going by. Sherry said that she just kind of started reading these emails, and she was growing more and more concerned because the emails were, quote, raw, violent, and disturbing, end quote. Sherry said that when Robert came home that evening, she, asked him about it, like, hey. And she said that when she asked, all of the color had drained out of his face. And that he really didn't even have anything to say. Now the emails, I'm not sure what they said because I couldn't find them. I really want to know, but from my understanding, they were just very sexual, very graphic. Sherry said after she confronted him about it, and he really had nothing to say, that was the moment she realized she had no idea who he was. Like, he has this whole secret side that she's never seen before, and like, who is he? Sherry said towards the end of their marriage, Robert just was not interested in her anymore. He wasn't attracted to her. Anytime she tried to show love and affection, he would push her away or just turn her down. And he just told her one day that he wasn't attracted to her any longer, which that sucks. So Sherry knew it was over. So then in May of 1996, Robert and Sherry separated. Sherry moved and she took her 3 kids with her. So Robert's just living by himself now. So in August of 1996, Robert and Sharon, they actually started chatting with each other when they met or crossed paths in a fetish chat room. Robert was making posts about inflicting pain, and Sharon was there talking about her desire to be tortured, which sounds like a match made in heaven, right? Perfect. So Robert and Sharon started emailing each other. Sharon had asked Robert if he would be the one to fulfill her fantasy, and how she wanted to be bound and strangled as she climaxed. Robert would just respond to her messages, describing in great detail how he would fulfill her wish. Their emails and relationship would continue for months. And after the fact, police would recover about 900 emails between the two of them. They were like writing a book. Again, I wish I could find some of the emails, but I really wasn't having much luck. It's really none of our business, but I'm a curious cat, and I just wanted to know what it said. After months of talking, Robert and Sharon decided to finally meet, right? They should.
Okay, and that's the look for the Panromantic Flag. Y'all have a wonderful day. Join me tomorrow. We are finishing out Pride Month with the Aromantic Flag. So I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Sharon told her husband, remember she's married, She tells her husband Victor that she's going to visit a friend in Georgia. So